Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to another MapleStory video. Monday Maple Musings, to be exact, the triple M. And as always, I wanted to thank you guys so much for your honestly amazing support on the last video. The amount of views to like ratio on that video was insane, so I hate the fact that I have to shill, I guess, quote-unquote shill. But if you do like the video, please consider giving it a like, and of course, subscribing if you aren't already subscribed, but you come to my channel every week to watch the videos anyways, because a lot of you are unsubbed. But let's get into the video. And of course, if this is not something that you like, of course you deserve to watch something that you will enjoy, so please watch a different video, whether it be from me or a different creator. It's all good, man. We're here to, we're here to have fun. But triple M, we look at the subreddit over the last week and we see what's been happening. So let's take a look. I think it's going to be a lot of maintenance talk. Because unsurprisingly, the Stargazer patch had, had some rough patches. But that is to be expected, unfortunately. That is something that MapleStory has always suffered with. And while I do hope that they get their shit together, so to speak, I hold my breath on it. It's just kind of one of those things that has always been an issue. And I think it's only going to get worse, to be honest. And the reason why I think it's going to get worse is because I think a lot of it has to do with we're getting the base patch from KMS, right? They translate it, but then they also have to, like, patch job the GMS specific things into it, and I think that's really what causes a lot of the issues. So maybe in the the far future, when we get, like, a dedicated development team, things will get smoother, but I don't know. Like I said, I would not hold my breath on having, like, a proper sort of maintenance on big patches. Though I will say, there was no rollback. The servers never did crash. As far as, like, actual server stability, it was pretty good. It's just, they didn't crash. There was just a lot of other issues. Anyways, learn how to make blueberry muffins during maintenance. Oh, I want to see your blueberry muffins, bro. Yeah, there we go. Nice. They kind of just look like balls, I'll be honest. I would still eat them, I'm fat as shit. But isn't a muffin, like... I assume there's a base underneath the ball. Yeah, I can kind of see it. They just look very bulbous. Some good... I almost called them mushrooms. Some good muffins, brother. The recipe, I love this. This is the shit that you fucking... You play MapleStory for. Give us vac pet for compensation. I love posts like this. I know it's not being serious. Well, at least I don't think it's being serious. I mean, shit, it might be. I don't know. But people are like, vac pet for compensation. And when you think vac pet for compensation, I think people think like CCPB, like the temporary like pink bean vac pet, or like Little Terry. But some of these people were like, yeah, a free 90-day vac pet would be good. And I'm just like, brother, what are we doing here? Hope we get Little Terry back. That's what I'm saying. Reverse Terry would go crazy. Permvac. Like, see, this is obviously a joke, but some people are genuinely like this. I'm thinking a Permvac pet with all the pet skills, a 90-day chains of resentment, 5 mag pots, and 20k XP vouchers. Then I might consider this patch a W. Honestly, as far as the patch goes, it's really, really good. The only downside was just the unscheduled maintenances. Unsurprisingly. GMS needs a test server. If Inkwell isn't going to test his own content, he needs to open a test server like in KMS for a week to check for exploits and bugs. Live is the test server for the whole patch. We are the test server. They cut out the middleman and made us the test server. We had Tespia back then. Sadly, nobody reported issues. I do think a test realm might not be the worst. But if they have done it in the past, they must have done it when I wasn't playing, because there was like a couple-year period of time where I just wasn't playing this game. They must have done it in that period, because when I was playing the game, there was never a Tespia, at least a public or a well-known Tespia type environment. But I do agree that something needs to change, because it's good that they got the server, like, stability itself under control, but if you have to take the game down every patch to patch, like, the newest duping exploit or whatever, it kind of defeats the purpose. And I will be going over what the exploits were. There was a thread that listed these things. If I can find it. Let me see. Oh, also there's a massive FPS and frame drop. I'll pop that open as well. Where is the thread that was talking about the maintenance? This is the problem. Stuff like this doesn't get, like, highly upvoted because people are, like, upset over it, but that's not what upvotes should be used for. Is this it? Okay, yeah, this is the thread where people talk about what was going on. Okay. It is a necessity that Nexon extends Challenger Worlds. 15 weeks instead of 22, plus 3 days of maintenance on the first week. Unplayable and broken when it's up. At the very least, a week longer. My words will be heard. I mean, your words will be heard, but it doesn't mean your words will be actioned upon. It is what it is. Knowing Nexon extending Challenger Worlds... Sorry, I was drinking water. I should have said something. That was very rude of me. Knowing Nexon extending Challenger Worlds would cause a new record emergency maintenance. Be careful what you wish for, lol. I think the biggest problem... I say problem very lightly, because it's only as big of a problem as you make it out to be. I mean, it's a problem if you're, like, somebody who wanted to go for, like, the tiered rewards, like Diamond, specifically, and obviously the Challenger tier reward is going to be nigh impossible even for, like, Super Sweats. Like, you're gonna have to super sweat it to get Challenger. It's just the fact that ours lasts 15 weeks instead of, like, the Koreans, I guess that's 22 weeks that they got. I know they got a significant amount more than us, which is what it is. Even MapleStory, I think, got a couple more weeks more than us, even though MapleStory also didn't get as many weeks as Korea, but either way, that's neither here nor there. It is something that probably should be taken into account for our version, and that's why I say quote-unquote problem. I mean, it's only as big of a problem as that the rewards matter to you, and I mean, obviously having less, like, time on the separate Challengers world means less resets of dailies, less resets of weeklies, so you get less things overall, stuff like that. But I do think it should be looked at, and we should be compensated, and I use the word compensated to mean the literal sense of, like, compensated is not the word, corrected, localized, I don't know what the actual word I'm looking for is, but it should be updated with, like, our values in mind, because I think the initial reward point tiers were set up for the Koreans 22 weeks or whatever they got for their Challenger World. So it should be in line with what we get for our duration, you know what I mean? I think that's only fair. And it would still mean Challenger tier would still be more difficult for us, just because less time means less, like, dupes. And for Challenger tier, I'm pretty sure, even if they nerfed it a good bit, you'd still have to do some crazy shit, like either 275 plus and then, like, all of the hard bosses. And you have to do them solo, no less. Which is just ridiculous. Ridiculous in the sense that, like, if you want the Challenger tier reward, you have to, like, get lucky, and then you have to... Sorry, you have to Giga Sweat, then you have to get lucky, and then you maybe can get it. It's just crazy to me. It doesn't really matter to me personally, though. I would have liked the butterfly set, but I already don't really want to be playing Challenger World. I mean, I do, but it's just there's so much other things I have to do. It's just hard to find the time for it, which is why I was hesitant on whether I was going to do Challenger World, and then I decided I was going to do Challenger World for the video. Check out my Challenger World video if you haven't seen it. A lot of people seem to like it. It's fire. Give it a like. If you wouldn't mind. You guys are the greatest, though, honestly. We have a small little community that we fostered here on this channel, but I honestly wouldn't trade it for anything. Y'all are just wonderful. And if we see somebody who's not being wonderful, well, we take him out back. You know what we do. We support, positivity? Not even positivity, we just don't support hate. Just give us transcendent potions at this point. Tired of this event already from all their fuck-ups, blah, blah, blah. 7-week difference puts us 3.5k under in terms of points, not to mention we're going to have less overall meso to fund our characters. Yeah, see, this is what I mean. Because every day there's a check-in, and it gives you 100 points per check-in. So you're missing this many points just from the check-ins that we don't have. And then, like this guy says, you have less meso, less dupes. It's a lot. It stacks up. And then, yeah, obviously, this is what I was talking about. Like, you get less, like, weekly and daily rewards. You get less Monster Park, less dailies, less high mountains, etc., etc. At this point, they have to, or a diamond will require you to solo C10 up to hard dark. No, yeah, it's just not. I'm not doing that. I mean, I can try, but I just don't think my character will be progressed enough. Maybe it will. I'll try. I will try. Because I do want the butterfly set. I think it's cool. I just don't want it enough to where I want to sacrifice, like, my time from Chronos into Challenger World. Because I don't do this full time. I never have. I've relied on it temporarily in between jobs. But, like, I have other things going on, so making a video every day is something that I just do because I enjoy doing it. But it also, like, it takes a lot of time because I have to figure out, you know, what I want to make a video on. I have to obviously record the video. I have to do slight editing. I don't do much editing on most of my videos, obviously. But I do audio mix. I try to audio balance, all that good stuff. So it does take time to make the videos. And then obviously I have the dailies I have to do. I have my work. The work has been slow lately, which has been really good for me. It's just, I don't have infinite time. Or else I would be fucking grinding Challenger World. Trust me. It's been 10 hours with no Maple. I cannot stop shaking, and I'm having a severe mental breakdown. I woke up trying to log into Maple, but the game was down. I had a major panic attack, but managed to calm down after a few hours. Couldn't go to work today. I was so worried. Without Maple, I will not be able to do anything. Maple is the best thing ever made, and I can't get rid of my addiction to it. It is the best game in existence. I cannot stop crying, and I'm very worried. All of my joy has perished. My wife has also left with the kids. My man, how you have a wife with kids? That sounds like it's already taking your joy away from MapleStory. Download MapleStory mobile so you can have a second addiction to help with your first addiction. It's also on maintenance right now, lol. That's funny. I love stupid copy pastas like this. And then this is something, if you have frame drops, I'm sure a lot of people already know this at this point, but if you're having like severe FPS and frame drop issues, there are a couple different things you can do. The first thing that I would try is going into your in-game settings. Here, let me try to show you. I don't have the setting in my game. You pop this open. I don't have the setting because I don't have the thing. But if you go into laboratory in the options setting, there should be an option in between the silhouette and the upscaling filter. That's like, I don't remember what the option is specifically, but it's something to do with like cores. You want to check that, and that might fix your frame issues. I think somebody in here will do, let me see. Yeah, it's the hybrid CPU performance improvement in-game. I think there's a picture. Yes. Oh no, this is what I see. There was a picture in here that shows you what the option is. I remember seeing it. Is this it? Yes. So this is the option. If you have a CPU that has this effect, or is affected by this, hybrid CPU performance and improvement, you check that. And you see it's in between the silhouette and upscaling filter in the lab tab. It only shows up if your CPU has this. I think it's the new gen Intel's only. But aside from that, you can disable hyperthreading. Your mileage may vary. This is how you do it. I'm not going to read through it. You guys can. I mean, this is just chat GPT'd anyways. Is what it is. And then finally, the emergency maintenance thread. What was going on this whole time? Why did the game go down for so long? Infinite mess was being duped through used item dupes. So yeah, emergency indeed. Many things weren't working as well. In regular servers, you could drop a stack of potions with a potion pot. You press Z a bunch of times and it would dupe the potions, according to what I read. And then there was also allegedly familiar duping, though a lot of people were saying that this was not true. There was also infinite entries to Princess No, which Princess No is the one boss in the game who has the chance to drop a legendary familiar. So being able to infinitely farm Princess No is problematic, though the drop rate is incredibly low, and the boss itself takes quite some time. There was only like a maybe 10-hour window where the servers were up and somebody could abuse this, and all abusers got permanently banned. I know somebody from my guild who, quote-unquote, tested every exploit one time by his account only, and he got permabanned. I don't know why you would do that, but it is what it is. At least the game was stable from what I expect. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. The game was stable. It's just there were a lot of problematic issues. And then there was like Sia questline that was broken. The 5th job advancement questline was broken. It was like infinite crash loop. Ilium quest was broken. There's a lot of stuff that was broken, but I think the things that really took the server down for unscheduled maintenance for almost 24 hours was the duplication. The meso, not meso, well, I mean, it was indirectly meso, but it was duping potions specifically. That was a real dupe. You could dupe potions, which then could be vendored for meso, which is essentially a meso dupe. It was very tedious and time-consuming, but it was a real thing. And apparently in regular servers, there was also a way to just dupe Demon Slayer core medals. And the reason why that matters is because in regular server, Demon Slayer core medals are best in slot. And they could also be auction housed. I believe someone said. Don't quote me on that if it can't be. But that's what somebody said on Reddit. And people on Reddit would never lie to me. Anyways, fellas, I think that's going to do it. I don't want to take up too much of your time. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. As always, like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you haven't already, hopefully I've earned it. And I'll see you guys all in the next one. MapleStory has its issues, but man, it is better than ever. It really is. And it warms my heart that the game is growing in 2025. It's crazy to me. As somebody who's been here since literally the beginning of this game, when I was but a fucking microbe, basically. Thank you to my YouTube members. Remix My Life, I'm Nufu. It's Biscuits Inner Diz. And I'll see you guys all in the next one. I love all of you guys very, very much. Bye-bye for now. Bye!